Hello, welcome back. Last time I got a strawberry and then was faced with quite a serious mystery. So I've had not a whole lot of thoughts about that since last time, but there are a couple of things I want to try. Green orb up here. Pink crystal just out of view up there that I can get to with some trickery. Watchtower that doesn't want to be used, but that's par for the course in this level. So the main interesting thing I can do with that pink crystal I noted was to take it all the way to this room, and I'm wondering if I do that... I'm looking for a spot that I could use this other crystal to do something in here. Can I see any, like, hidden passages like the one I can see in that screen transition? Like, it ends with a thing that will fall when I come down from there, so that is clearly my return path. Okay, so if I know that is my return path... I don't know that, but if I can surmise that is my return path, then I can also surmise that this thing up here, just to the right of what we're seeing, must not be. And assuming the background tiles are accurate, that goes... pretty much up to the top of the screen. Okay. So... yeah, no sneaking out of here. So let's do this part again, since I know how to do it in theory. Right, I have to... oh yeah, that doesn't come back, but hey, look, I don't have to die. I can make it come back. Right, stand here, do... gotta remember how I did this. Oh right, no, I need to... I'm just doing this all wrong. I want to step on the ground and then... that's the whole point of doing that move, to get high enough to avoid the crystal. Nope. I was pretty good at this, but that was then, and this is now. Yep. And then, right, that is where I want to do the bounce on that wall. I think. Yeah, to the right of there is not available. Okay, that was actually too high. I think that's the first time I've died like that. Alright, I was good at doing that wall bounce once. But again, that was not now. Okay. So right, I can surmise that above me is not a return path, though I would not have had a reason to assume it would be. There is a little gap. That's not what I meant to do. There is a little gap in the spikes... well, I can't look at it. Hold up. It's something I need to investigate. Okay, I need to be a little farther to the right than that. Yep. In there, if I had dashed right, there is a little spot where, another gap where I could touch a wall, potentially. I should have paused and looked at it. Should just, like, take a screenshot of this. Yeah, okay, so there could be like a one-tile floor there where I enter that and re-enter the room from... see, this is where those white outlines that I'm seeing are. Those might not mean anything, but I do wonder about them. A little lower than that. I'm going to try a few times to get in there, see if I can get a decisive bop on that wall and prove that there's nothing. Oh! So I found something, actually. Unexpected. That... okay, yeah, this is like my very next try in here. Okay, but the something is nothing. Every tile. Crouch dash into this corner, crouch dash into that. Well... Whoa. Right. That makes a different noise. Climb on everything in case something falls. So there's a thing there? Has revealing that revealed something else? Did that stay revealed? So, okay, confirmation that I'm doing something right, sorta, maybe. Why is that, though? If there's nothing there. Ah, the white I was seeing was the fringe of those, like, icy tiles on the left and bottom. I did try dashing into the things there, right? I'll have to get back there to explain what I mean by things. Whoops! Hi. It's about an hour later. I had recorded what was going to be an incredibly unsatisfying episode after I found this. And I'm not happy with what happened, so I'm gonna change history and do something different. So the trail goes dead cold here. I cannot sniff out a single whiff of anything beyond this point. There is absolutely nothing interactable in this location. Opening up this little window has not revealed anything additional. So I am now forced to do the only action that will get me more information here, which is to finish the level and see the strawberry meter and see if there's a blank space between the previous strawberry and this one. Yeah, like, I tried every conceivable thing with that secret, and there isn't actually all that much to try, and nothing did anything. So, I guess I have to assume for now that opening that up and seeing the tardigrade there is the entire thing? Whatever's going on here is just not something I'm allowed to know about. Maybe the screen is like the other side of a teleporter and I'll get to it from later in the level or something. Anyway, yeah, so like, whether I accept or not that that's the end of the secret, I don't really get to do anything other than move on. So, let's try and actually do this room for real. Yeah, I retried for no reason because I went right back to the watchtower. That's fine. Okay, so just gonna have to forget about everything up here and to the right. Let's go down this way. So to do this normally, I probably don't do that extra bunny hop at the start. I'd wall bounce, gather the green crystal, do an ultra, become pink with it? Wall bounce on that thing, dash up, do a wave dash? Will that wave dash trajectory get me where I can reverse wave dash on this? Is that what I would even want to do? There's some kind of dash. That's not a toggle, right? That's one that just responds and then returns. Yeah, okay. So there's another mover I probably want to start moving. I guess what I think I'm seeing is I probably reverse wave dash on that, grab that, jump over, jump again, dash up, hit the spring, start this mover, fall down to here? Forward wave dash on it? Well, this thing continues. I think that's the most sensible path through there that uses all the elements. Then yeah, forward wave dash into ultra on this. Probably wall bounce on that thing, which at that point is possibly in a place to do that. What about this downward mover? Not sure I want to mess with it at all yet. I probably want to hang on, is that in the way? Yes, that is in the way. I might need to clear the way for my other friend. So perhaps that ultra ends with me grabbing that, jumping off, then wall bouncing. I get the pink thing, interact with the mover that's already coming, interact with the other one maybe for a second wall bounce or something? Get up here, wave dash, dash down... super? Yeah, wave dash looks too low there. Maybe super. And up on that, reverse hyper, assuming the super takes me far enough that I don't need to use another dash in the air. This looks like a thing that's supposed to be crawled through while I'm clung onto the right side of a mover. Is one lined up nicely? Yes. Okay, so anyway, reverse wave dash on that. Hit the spring, become pink. Is all of this just for hang time or something? Why would I do any of this? Not sure yet. Do I need the pink to survive the... I don't know. Anyway, at some point somehow I get up here and reverse wave dash up. What's you? What? What is that thing all the way down there? What mover is still around at that point? Nobody. The down low one has already hit. What obstacle has it already hit? Okay, got my fingers on the screen to show me the... Yeah, so that thing exactly fits just under this obstacle and exactly fits just over that floor. It's the full height between here and there. And then that is also aligned with its ceiling. So I guess that hasn't actually hit anything yet. That's how it's aligned. I'm probably riding it all the way to this touch switch? Or something? And then there's more. Anyway, if I reverse wave dash on that... There's not much else around. The top mover... What has it been up to? So same bracketing? No, not same bracketing. The ceiling's actually one tile higher than it is. So right, that has to drop so that mover can get through. That has to drop so the mover can get through. It'll be here. Okay. So after that spring, that's how I get over that. Before that spring, though... Is that what this business down at the bottom is for? But what does that even do? Nothing I can detect. Is the top of the first mover spiky? No. No, none of it is. Ooh, how friendly. Okay, so that's... Oh, what's probably happening is I'm supposed to reverse wave dash on this and ultra into the moving thing to get a big boost. Okay, got it. Then I spring and, I don't know, probably wall bounce on the thing that's there then. Get the green crystal, maybe grab the thing that's going to be there. Ride it until it shatters. Jump, dash, right, put my feet on that. And continue from there somehow. Go down, reverse wave dash on this. Bottom friend has arrived here around this point. And then does it die on that? So that little 2x2 block... Yes, most decisively. It hits it just above its center. Unless that falls? No, it's all spiky. I can't make it fall. So bottom mover does not survive past this point. I'm on my own after that. So same thing, jump off right as it's about to die, so I get the boost. I hope that's enough to initiate a bunny hop. It will be. Bunny hop? Yeah, because I can't just ride that. Those always move linearly, don't they? So I have to bunny hop on the thing, and then dash in such a way that gets me... What? Well, that part doesn't make any sense. Most of this doesn't, actually. But okay, let's try a little bit of it. So how does this start? Starts with an ultra, into a wall bounce, into a wave dash. Right, I gotta interact with that to drop it to save you. Reverse wave dash, grab that, climb up, spring, grab drop, wave ultra, etc. Okay. Something like that. I'm not going to clear this room today, so if I somehow have some... See, that's what I'm trained to do. I didn't even think about what I was doing. That's just the only way I know how to interact with this room now. But let's learn a new one. Yeah, so if somehow something comes to me about the secret, even though clearly there is nothing to discover more about it, I won't be out of this room by next session, so don't worry about that part. Race starts once my feet touch the top of that surface. Whoops. Trying to learn something new. And line up low contrast wall bounces. Those are never easy. Okay, I see. Yep. Well, that wall bounce took me too far left. I guess I have to edge right a little bit. Sure do. Whoop, no, that's not an ultra. Okay, instincts, please. Calm yourselves. No, no, don't. I need you to do stuff. Just relearn, then. Okay, so aiming that, it's kind of like that thing in the first-ish room, whatever room that was. The second room, where there was that piece of land I never involved in my solution. Yeah, that was the one with the grounded ultra. Alright, well this is a gentler place to practice aiming in that sort of way. Like the opposite diagonal as I'm traveling. At speed. Okay, so that's roughly what I wanted to do, but wasn't quick enough. Yeah, aiming that. Well, this is where I learn. It is hard, yes. I have to edge right just because that isn't lined up the way that would make sense. So I do want to do a climb jump there, right? Because a wall jump doesn't get the boost, does it? I want to say it doesn't. No, it does. Whoa! That was higher than expected. I don't know if I'm expected to use this dash that I have to get up there. So right, I can neutral jump. And that just works better for getting up than the climb jump does, seemingly. Wait, yeah, doesn't climb jump neutralize all boosts? So I have to do another kind. Well, climb jump neutralizes all horizontal boosts. I don't know about vertical. Dang it. Okay, what about vertical? Hold on, I want to know this. That was not a trajectory compatible with... What? Wait, what? What you talking about? Wait, okay, I'm steering out when I do the... So that's just non-neutral... Okay, right. So it does have to be a neutral jump, just... Okay. There's so many kinds of jumps. Remember when I first started this game, there was one kind of jump and one kind of dash in 8 directions? How have so many others come into being without any new, like, mechanics actually being introduced? The deep movement system of this game that, like, the actual game only scratches the surface of. Ah, I see, I'm dashless for a lot of that, part of the level, because if I dash, it'll break my block. Huh. Whoops. Was I too early, or did I aim wrong in some other way? Well, my dash... Maybe it feels like a waste not to use it, but... Does that matter? Yeah, I could do it more reliably with, maybe. It does have timing implications. Well, that's not... yeah, and I do have time to do that before my block breaks. Well, but... No, nothing works right other than... I feel like I can't use that dash. Maybe I'm supposed to use it to go down to get there faster? Ah! This wall bounce doesn't quite agree with me. Just having to edge right feels bad. Because like it switches from resisting the left to actually going right, and that switch is very abrupt. And just like a springboard, it's something I can't feel. So I have to use a bad sense for it. A bad sense of vision. Whoa, I went so low. That's okay. So fast falling there is legal. How would I use that dash? And am I just doing this all too early? Because I've made that jump before. Huh? Like that. It's pretty tight. Okay, grab, jump, wall bounce. Whoa! Okay, that's how high the wall bounce takes me. Not very. A wall bounce will not move that, so it does have to be grab, jump, wall bounce. Or grab, dash up, climb, jump, get up there real quick. Looks like I need both dashes of this pink thing. First one is a wall bounce, second one... might also be on there. No, I want to grab that and transfer to the other thing? Well, if I'm doing that, then I'm not wave dashing on it. Do I need to? For timing, probably. Yeah, if I gotta get there that early, then... What? What is happening? Ah. This watchtower joke has already gotten very old. So... Right, so I was saying something about not wanting to climb jump. I am climb jumping on the top. Would a neutral jump work better there? I'm still a little bit frayed from my secret sniffing experience. Most of which I'm not showing, so maybe the frayedness doesn't immediately make sense. But I mean, it's pretty literal when I say nothing more happened beyond what I showed, other than me just doing the same things over and over, probing things and getting no feedback. There we go. Okay, that felt nice and clean. So I guess I'm gonna land, jump, fall, then start my wall bounces. Okay, that felt more plausible that time. How do I make that more reliable? Oh, here's an idea. Could I do that as a... Well, no, you can't wall bounce on a block that moves any dash like that. That doesn't work. That's not gonna work either. No, I think I'm just not allowed to use that dash. Which just means that jump is obnoxiously tight. And that wasn't neutral somehow. So don't ask me how. I couldn't tell you. Okay, yeah. So the key to that maybe is to be a little bit above the amount that Madeline can cling onto. So I need to do that, but faster. Be very decisive about that action. It's... But see, if I'm too high... Oh, why? Top of that gotta be spiky in that way. Well, if it was spiky in the other way, would that be any better? I see why it has to be spiky in some way. It's fine, whatever. Just get good at doing that. So do all of this quickly. Well, okay. Speed's not the only requirement, though. But see, that's too early. And not high enough. There we go. What? Nope. No. That. Whoa. Okay, since everything else is just hateful, what about one of these double climb jumps on the top of that? Where do I want to be from that? Not like all the way at the top. Or, okay, that wasn't right. It worked, technically. I could use 2 jump buttons. Dang it, how am I... Let's try using 2 jump buttons. Well, that was fun, but not what I wanted. Jump, jump. The second jump didn't jump. Jump, jump. No good. I don't think that's the way. Let's try looking for a way to dash again. It's just nothing... Do you really want me to judge where the top of my... Okay, yes. Hang on, remember, there's a technique for this. Okay, yeah, I'm in the wrong mind space for this. That secret has just completely ruined me. I wanted to re-record this to improve things, but I'm not sure it did. At least I'm doing something, rather than just doing nothing. Alright, fine. If this is how my day is, then my day needs to end. That's the answer. So I'll give this like 5 more tries and then just say, I've done as much as I can for now. Here we go. Well, that wall bounce didn't work. Okay. I'm making that work the bad way just because all the possibly better ways were not. That's just... That way is really, really, really bad, though. Maybe I just wasn't waiting long enough, because that felt okay, actually. Okay, could every time it felt bad just have been because I didn't wait long enough? Maybe. Nope. There we go. What? Oh, my boost messed me up. Okay. Nah. Okay, sure. There we go. There we go. I did something. It sure wasn't what I wanted. Alright, well. That's my frontier for the day. I saw where that platform was. If I was a little bit quicker with what I was doing, I could have both wall bounced on that, wall jumped on this, and been in a spot where I could wave dash on this and maybe have been able to save the thing? Or is the idea that I just wall bounce on that, don't interact with the other thing, collect the crystal and go straight into a wave dash? I think that's more likely. Well, now I want to try that. Okay. At least I'm enjoying myself enough to want to try that. So that's something. Ooh. Huh. Okay, I tried it. It's definitely possible. Can I try and succeed? Both of those things at once. Just imagine. No more need to imagine, I did it. Okay. So that's a dash down, then some kind of super or something. And then the rest of the room. Alright, so this is like the 1/3 of the way through the room point or something like that? Okay. Well, I'll be satisfied with that for the day. Yeah, I wish this secret didn't just, like, dump me into a completely cold trail with no hint of what else to do. And I still am not willing to believe that... Of course I'm not willing to believe the tardigrade is the end of it. Because of all this on the left. But the tardigrade doesn't connect to the left. It's like its own little thing up here that has nothing to do with anything else. And here I'm just going back to the footage that I cut out. It was all like this. There must be something here. The tardigrade is up there. Why is it there? It doesn't do anything. I don't get any feedback, etc. Anyway. After I sleep once or twice, things will look a little better maybe, and I'll just have to forget about this until some future time when I see a gap in my strawberry meter and come back here and don't have any more information. But at least I'll know there's a purpose to looking, or I'll learn that there isn't one. Anyway, next time.